Come on in, welcome to my home. Today we are going to talk about fall. Yes, I did my fall decorating. You can kind of see that. But first, before I really get into it, I need to tell you a few different things. If this is your first time here, hi, I'm CM Coleman. This is my condo. I live here, and I try to do things around the house, like cooking, cleaning, that sort of thing, but we'll talk about that a little later. Today we're going to talk about my fall decorating and my new philosophy with fall decorating, because when I first started doing fall decorating videos, I went all out. Like the first thing I would do is I would do the whole lots of leaves and spent lots of time setting up all my fall decorations. And you know what? I realized that a month later I would take it all down and do Halloween. Yeah, that seems sort of like a waste because it's not one of those things where you're just like, they were sort of elaborate, and I'll admit they were over the top elaborate for more for YouTube than for myself. But hey, it was fun to do. I liked it, but now I have this new philosophy that says, the first fall decorating, which this is my first fall decorating, I do two. And this is why. Because of the Halloween. I will go sort of all out for Halloween, but this fall decorating, I just put up some leaves, some plates, and those sort of things, so that way I could get the idea that it felt like fall without actually doing a ton of work. The other part about this is, up until the day before yesterday, the average temperature was 90 degrees. 90. And everything looked dry, everything looked dead, and it really was hard to get into that whole, let's put extra blankets on the bed and let's put on fall things, as I'm like, no, it's roasting! Are you kidding me? So what did I do? I put extra blankets. Just let that part go. Okay, it looks nice, it makes me happy, but the whole big thing about this is, I did stick with light. I stuck with things that, like the extra blanket on the bed was a fairly light blanket. The things around here are things that can quickly be taken down or things that I know I can store away, but let's get into it. Let's do voice over me telling you exactly what I did and showing you. Let's get started. We are starting off in the bedroom because it's one of the easier places to do. And I mean, I'm going to try to link everything that I can down in the description, but all that is it's a fall tablecloth with paisley orange pillowcases and a bedspread. That's it. That's all there is to it for that. And it is so simple. Then what I did for the planters or the vases in the side of the room, I just put in some fall picks and of nice burnt orange kind of pillow, and it gives you the nice fall feeling without having to go way overboard. And I know one of the things, and I do talk about this in a few seconds, is the fact that this goes really fast. It really did go faster than what you think it did, but it did just take some thought, so that way I can look at everything and get it all arranged. Now, my living room, once again, it's just more of the picks, because if you see something that you can repeat, it gets your mind thinking that it's all the same room, which then sort of makes your house feel a little bit bigger. And I know all of us probably want a slightly bigger house, but this was just so simple to do, to throw the fall picks in with the plant and with the picks that I already had up there in the vase. That was simple. Then on the TV cabinet, I just put a nice fall jar with leaves in it, and it went really nice. And I've had this jar for several years now. Then I realized that I didn't really think that there was enough there. So I added a few extra things, or actually I added a jar that fit better than the one that did, and then I added the leaves into my lovely silver candle holder, which I absolutely love. But yeah, it works pretty well. Okay, the fall leaves were pretty easy to put in, and one of the things that I really want to show you is the fact that even though I sped up part of this, it really doesn't take that long. It does not take that long, except if you have problems trying to get your leaves into the vase, which into the light candle holder, which I really was having lots of problems getting that candle holder door shut. But I did. I eventually got it shut, and it went up really quick. Then it was time to do the rest of the house. And the big thing about this is right now I have couch covers on the couches that I want to replace, but this goes so fast. And just putting in the leaves, making sure that you can see a hint of color without overpowering it with color, because that's what I did before. And then outside my window right now, everything is brown, and it's really sad and kind of depressing. But it gives me that nice warm fall feeling, especially now that we are getting darker much, much earlier. That's something to also think about, is the fact that when you're doing your decorating for fall, you want to think about the fact that you are now closing your blinds earlier. You are now going to bed earlier. It gets dark so much earlier. And you need to think about the color that you can then have. So if your blinds are closed, do you want something out your window? Because normally I would have put in some sort of darker color shears or something at the window, but this time I did not, simply because I knew that I was going to do something different for fall, and I didn't want to have to, or for Halloween, and I didn't want to have to redo that multiple times, because that gets so old and so tiring. Really, really big on pillow covers, because pillow covers can change everything. And like I said, while these couch covers are not the greatest, they will work, but then the pillow covers just go over whatever is there, and it gives me more of that fall feeling. Now, these pillow covers are textured. They are like a corduroy, like a velvety kind of corduroy. They feel so good. And then I threw just another tablecloth, fold it to make it look like it's a throw, and it was really simple. Then we go on to the dining room. In the dining room, I knew that I had my plants up there. They're just a bunch of leaves, and I thought, well, we'll just put some fall leaves into that container. It will make things so much easier, and it'll look much better. And it did. It made that little corner a little bit brighter, so that way if it's dark, I can see into that corner, and everything looks a little bit better, a little bit happier. And that's what I sort of needed for the fall, because, it's going to be dark. Like I said, it gets dark so much earlier. But then I also had to think about the hutch itself. The hutch itself is actually just a bookcase, and the bookcase is sitting on top of an old dresser. So what I usually do with that is I put items inside. This time, I took out the white plate, which is a huge white plate, and then the goblet, which obviously I have a problem with goblets. But hey, that's okay. I took out the white plate, and then I put inside of it, I put a stack of fall plates, so that way you can get that fall feeling with it. It shows up even when the door is closed, so it looks like you have a nice fall stack of plates, and you have a nice little display for fall. And I really like that, and it was so easy to do. And the nice part about this is this went so fast. I cannot stress this enough, how fast it is to do things when you aren't going as over the top. I could just do this in a few hours versus, days and days it takes to do the Halloween thing. And the other thing which you can do to do the nice stack of plates, take your plates and then stack one plate, put one plate on a plate holder up on top, and suddenly you have this wonderful fall display. You can see the plate even when the doors are closed. Now let's take a look at the finished product. So then once everything was done, I liked it. I do. I like it. There is something so special about fall, and I am not a summer person. I will tell you this time and time and time again, not summer. Summer is not my jam. I think it's too hot. This summer was really hot. But fall is one of those times where it's so colorful, it's so fun, it's so nice to be able to snuggle up on the couch and watch a movie. Except for right now, when it's going to go back up to 90. But the philosophy is there. The thing about this, that if you take anything away from this, is the fact that do what works for you for fall. And like, if your fall is not doing anything, that's fine. If your fall is to add in the extra colors so that it feels like it's just turning fall, that's also fine. I like this. I think it's easy. Most of these things that I have here, I've had for years and years and years, and I just try to use them in slightly different ways, putting in extra pieces with them, putting the pieces that I have in different places, so that way I get some change up without going completely overboard and redoing everything and buying all new stuff, because that's one of the things that they keep trying to tell us consumers, that we're over consuming and we're buying stuff that we only use for a year or two, and then we either give it away or throw it away. But this way, keeping it, reusing it in different ways, and it's lots of fun. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope this inspired you to get into fall. Hopefully by the time this comes out, which, so this was filmed probably 2 weeks from when you are seeing it, hopefully by the time it comes out, it'll be cooler, it will feel like fall, it will look like fall outside, instead of looking like a barren wasteland that it does right now. It's sort of strange. At this time, I'd like to thank these wonderful people who are part of my Patreon and my channel members. They're what helps keep this channel going. I do bigger and better projects because of them. They help me afford to get the stuff to do bigger and better things. If you want to become part of the channel members or part of the Patreon family, where you get these videos 2 weeks early and a weekly behind the scenes vlog where I talk about everything which is going on, you can join that. But if you also like to help this channel, you can like and share this video. Sharing this video really does help, and it's one of those things where, like, hey, other people can see this and see that you don't have to go completely overboard to have a nice looking house for fall. Just to put in a few things and you're ready to go. And we're ready to go for the next month or so until we get into Halloween. Yes, that video will come out in about a month where we do our Halloween decorating. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know down in the comments what you are doing for the fall, or if you're in the southern hemisphere, because some of you are now going into winter. Yeah, let me know what you are doing to decorate for your house for then. No, some of you are going into summer. That's it, summer. So let me know what you're doing with your house for that, and I hope we get to see you again the next time you stop by.